Hey, y'all. Welcome to episode 200.
200 episodes.
Can y'all believe it? 200.
I can't. Oh my God.
Crazy.
What this pot is, Donna. We got our pom-poms. We got all kinds of things across the screen. We are... I don't even know how to start, y'all. Episode 200. We have been doing this for 200 episodes.
Yeah.
The last 100 with Samantha right up with us, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Consignment Chats. This is Molly, and I'll be joined by my co-hosts, Libby and Samantha.
All right. So this one's so special that we decided to do it twice. Right, guys?
Okay, so
Full disclosure.
You know that you are working with your people when, right, Libby? Do tell.
Yes.
Do tell. People want to know.
So, Molly, I get a little text that Molly's getting ready to edit episode 200. Where is it? I don't see it. And I log in and I'm like, I'm sure it's there. And I had deleted it and it's unrecoverable. Yes. I made a giant boo-boo and I was like sick to my stomach. It's one thing if I have to make a mistake and I have to pay for it. But when I'm asking these ladies to make up for it and take time out of their day to redo something that they already did, that's painful. They told me to let it go. So I am letting it go. And I knew
Right
long
here.
before this, but I love these guys. They are just the best. And
that was our initial thought.
grateful.
Okay. You know, Samantha's like, all right, so what are we going to do? Because we got to get the episode out. What can we record on? Different subject. Because, you know, you can't redo them back to back. It's not fresh. So we'll talk about that one on an upcoming episode. So we're like refreshed. And how do we fix it? How do we move on? And I'm like, Libby, let it go. I know you. I know right now you're feeling bad. We're like texting all this. And I'm like, the great thing is the three of us love each other. This could have been any of us who made this mistake. Let's
Absolutely.
just kick rear end like we know we
Go
did.
ahead, try to prove it was me. No,
Huh?
I know it was me. I know it was me. Which is a really good, all right, you know, we make mistakes, right? Like how many mistakes have we made in the course of 200 episodes?
Oh my gosh, they're countless, y'all.
So many.
Yeah.
So many.
And I mean, so many like parallels
But
to reselling. Like we just keep going and we keep learning from our mistakes and getting better. Like I already know that I'm not deleting anything again.
She's now scared to delete and clean up our StreamYard, y'all.
Yes, but I learned. And I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what? Forget it. I'm just not cut out for this whole YouTube podcast thing.
Right?
Get it.
I think that this it's a sign that the people didn't want to hear about payouts and consigners and things like that on the 200th episode. They didn't want it. So they're going to hear about it on episode 202 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Do they want to hear about all the mistakes we've made? Yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
Yes.
People love a good mistake. Like they totally love a good mistake, don't they?
Uh-huh.
Especially on the TikTok.
Especially on the TikTok. Yeah. So yeah, the growth that we have had through these mistakes. I'm one of those. I have a lot of powerful personality friends in my life. You know those friends that want to protect you from making mistakes. You know what I mean? Y'all know, y'all looking in the mirror. And they want to protect you from it by telling you the right way to do it. And sometimes it's just better to learn through your mistakes. And there have been so many that we have learned from over the years and so much growth over the years, over the episodes. We've had so much growth. We are really I think one of the biggest things that we're really good at is listening. And that's not just to each other and not just to our Patreon community, but listening to our C-Chats community and what they want and what they need. And
we listen so well that we have built our Patreon around what people want and need. We now get up in the morning and motivate each other because somebody was having a bad day and said they needed a better reset to their day.
Samantha, you got that tap, tap, tap going on over there again, girlfriend.
I'm shaking my camera. Sorry.
She's shaking her camera.
I was just so excited about our motivation in minutes.
For those of you listening on podcast, that is not a woodpecker.
Sorry.
I just want to clarify that right now. That was not a woodpecker. That was Samantha bouncing around. My friend, she loves to stand, which is so good. I wish I were as good at you at standing, but yeah. Anywho.
Bobbing and weaving and moving and
Yep.
making everybody annoyed because I move all the time.
So yeah, that's, we do listen. We do our motivation in minutes. You are correct. And I love that. We've talked about that before. I miss it when I don't show up in the morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a very true story right now. This just happened this morning. I get a call from Libby. She's like, I don't think I'm going to make motivation in minutes. I'm like, uh-oh, why? She says, because my post office people did not pick up my packages. I found them on the doorstep last night when I walked out, and I have to take them to the post office this morning. So anyway, she's like, but I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. And I'm like, it'll be okay. This is how much we don't want to miss it. I think we're lucky she didn't get pulled over, because she was pulling into the post office like 10 minutes before motivation in minutes. And I get on the Zoom and I've got the quote and we start. And then the ping happens and here comes Libby's face. She was not this motivation in minutes for anything.
It definitely sets my day up right. Like, our sea chatters were right. That was a much needed thing for all of us.
Yeah.
And I mean, we grow like our businesses. We've grown personally. It's just amazing to watch everybody's growth over the past 200 episodes, let's say. Yeah. It's pretty inspiring and phenomenal.
I think of the people that we started with in the beginning that were part of our lives that are still there in different ways, but I'm setting my focus on my computer. We got all kinds of background noises going on today, y'all, because this was a pop-up record.
Right.
But I look and there's a lot of resellers that we had on our shows way back when that maybe they're not as big of a part of our lives now as they were the first year. And now we have other people that weren't there the first year that are so ingrained in our lives. But it's still so much fun to watch that community and see all those people that were a part of the beginning that maybe they've, some of them have changed kind of their business focuses or that kind of thing. So they've kind of moved on to that, but we still follow them and they follow us and we still get to see their changes. But I think about like the people we had in that first year, the people we have in the second year, some have been consistent throughout. Some have come and gone, but they're still, even though they've made business changes, they're still doing amazing things.
Yeah. And I mean, within our community, there's been so many people that have changed their business and boosted their business or changed their business model. It's just been so much fun to watch and so inspiring that Molly went ahead, after listening to everybody else and coaching everybody else, went ahead and changed her business model to something that she's ridiculously excited about.
Now she's selling golf clubs.
I even sell golf clubs. Those are getting listed today, by the way. The changing it, that was just every time I think about that, because y'all know now I'm just much happier. I was happy before, but I'm so much happier with the growth and change in my business. But it's I forgot my thought. Oh my gosh.
We are just not meant to have a thing today. That's just.
Is it episode 200, man?
This is just a day in life.
And that was the last anyone ever heard from C Chats.
But what I was saying was watching everybody else and coaching everybody else that we've been doing and helping them focus on their business and helping them do that. And you see the light on their faces when things change and that aha moment clicks in their business. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I listened and I got involved and I did this. Look at what's happening. Look at all these packages or whatever. to now having done it myself, like now I totally get, like I loved their beams and I beamed with them, right? But now I get it because I just did it. And
Go watch that episode. We're going to link that up for you about Molly's new business model. It's fun. It's inspiring. Might just, if you're stuck in a rut, it might just, make you take that next step and get out of that rut. Yeah.
I mean, we grow in our personal businesses. We grow in consignment chats. I look back when we first started, we were in our episodes, and it was very much like this. And now we're like, oh, we got to record another episode because you deleted it. All right, well, let's go do it.
Yeah, give me 20 minutes. We got this.
We get to hang out and talk reselling. All right, yeah.
Could you imagine when we started this doing that, like having deleted and go, we got to record another episode?
That was literally my worst nightmare. That was like the thing I feared the most.
Right?
I didn't even want to be a guest on here because it scared me so much.
Look at us. It's like, meh. We're just hanging out with friends talking about stuff we love.
And I will not be linking up those old episodes.
They are available, but you will have to dig for them.
You have to dig way
down. Find them on your own if you want, but I will not be promoting or linking them up in any way, shape, or form, folks.
No. Every now and then there have been times where we've kind of gone back to review one, and it's so painful to watch.
Most of the time somebody will ask a question like on YouTube, or they'll reference it in some way, and we're like, instead of even like going in there to watch it and answer their question, we're like, we will record a new version of this for you and link it up next week.
That is very true.
Yep.
Very true.
True.
Oh my gosh.
So we've grown in not only, I mean, our personalities being comfortable with who we are and what we do. Off the camera, we were always that way, but now we're able to just relax and portray that on camera and while recording, where I really know wholeheartedly that those of you that watch and listen, you know us. Mm-hmm. Like in the beginning, you might not have, and we'd do those episodes where we're like, I like pizza and coffee and I read. And what do you like to do in your spare time? Sit in the hot tub. And
I think also if you're in our Patreon, you know us even more, because I do have to censor myself here. So there is some of it that you don't quite see on here. For the most part, this is us. We are genuine. We're transparent. This is what you get, guys. But be warned that when you join our Patreon, because you will, it's awesome. It's more uncensored. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just know that that's not due to Samantha not wanting to be true to herself. That's due to monetization rules that she's holding back.
That people are censoring me.
Y'all crack me up.
So we do want anybody to be able to listen. We do want to be, when we're on YouTube, a family friendly, right? Because a lot of families do reselling together. I do it with my family. And we want to have something for everybody. Yeah.
We want to be able to play our episodes in your store or while you're driving your kids to school or any of that. However, do not join Patreon while those things are happening, or at least warn us so that we can keep it. Yes, that's how we do that.
Right. When you get on that Zoom call, just say, FYI, my 4-year-old is behind me on the floor. Like,
we have that happen. FYI, you're in my store. You're live. Okay, great. I will be professional. Thank you.
Yes.
So, all right, what other changes and growth? I feel like we've had so much. We've added so many things. When we first started, we just had our Facebook community and we had our episodes, and that was pretty much what we did, right? Week after week. And I remember when we started the weekly thing, I was like, do we really want to do this weekly? Like, that just seemed like so much to do that weekly. Like, are we really? And now I'm like, oh, it's okay. Let's do more. Let's go here. Let's have another meeting with our people. Let's go live. I was
gonna say, we literally do daily meetings. I mean, every single weekday morning, we are motivating first thing in the morning. And then I mean, it's crazy that Mondays, that's our only meeting, because all the rest of the days of the week we're having live Zooms, we're doing like accountability things where we're setting goals, like every day we're just meeting with our people.
Consults, the whole 9 yards. So it's
Mhm.
Monday I feel like is kind of my play day, because now with my new business model, my husband is so into it that our Saturday and Sundays, I'm working 14 hours. I mean, it's crazy. And I can't not ride the ride with him, because he is so like energetic about it and wants to do that I have to ride it. It
Mhm.
really for me not to take advantage of that. So Mondays, I'm like, okay, it's Monday. We have our motivation in minutes, and then I can just focus on listing or whatever it is I'm doing that day without all the other meetings. But I have to say, on the days we have our meetings, although there's a lot on the calendar, you get excited about every one of them,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So it's not like it's like, oh well, I gotta block a listing in here or there, but I get to be with our people here and here.
Well, and then there's days like Wednesday where everybody sets their word of intention in the morning, and a lot of them it's list, because in the afternoon we have a come list with us Zoom, and everybody just comes on and does their listing together.
Yep.
And I mean, of course, you're not as fast or proficient as if you were just, nose to the grindstone getting your listings done. However, you're still getting tons of stuff done. A lot of times we're silent while we're listing together, and it is so nice to be able to hold something up and be like, all right, guys, how would you go about measuring something like this? Or what keywords do you think we should use for that? And just having that group to be able to work together, I love it. Plus the stories that come out of that group. Whew. Yes.
Right.
It
Right.
is so fun. It's just like, instead of working by yourself, I just can't even imagine where I would be right now without this group, where my business would be, where I would be personally. I'd probably be, a little lonely, right? A little bit discouraged doing all of this by myself. I don't feel that way at all. Like I'm just trying to like fathom, like before we found community, before we had C chats, like it definitely wasn't as exciting. I didn't see as much growth in my business. I was a little bit more hesitant to make changes
Do you
without the
think that
support of the community.
do
Yeah.
you think that you would be burnt out by now and maybe doing something differently or different? Because I know
I think I would be like a miserable, angry reseller.
because I mean, like a big thing that we are all here for, just the three of us, but then as a bigger group is like, guys, I'm not feeling it this week, or this month has been really low. Like, what do I do? Or I don't find that spark anymore. And we build each other up and pivot each other that way too. So I feel like it really helps combat that burnout that a lot of us feel, especially in the summertime, or right now with Q4 not being as jumpy as it normally is. That's the word for it. Jumpy. Yeah, we'll go
Jumpy.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know where that came from, but it works. So I mean, normally we're hopping during Q4, right? You're jumping around.
Right.
Right now we're like, well, we might as well plan a list of Palooza because we got time.
Yeah.
Heck. So yeah, I think that's a huge part of it too, is just to have those people around you in our community to say, hey, I am not loving this right now. What are you guys loving? And share that.
And sometimes we just turn around and ask them questions back, and that helps them like think deeper about, why is it they feel that way? And we're therapists at the same time, y'all. We're not licensed, but we are
Not
therapists.
licensed, but we do offer it freely.
And the great thing is we're surrounding ourselves with resellers, but every business is so different. And we cannot stress this enough every day, all the time. All of our businesses are so different, and we all do different things, that just because Q4 is not jumpy for some of us doesn't mean it's not for others. Or same with like summer slowdown. Some people, that's, a lot of brick and mortar stores, that's their go time. We don't see our brick and mortar people as much this summer because they're jumping. They're jumping. And so it's nice because we don't all feel that burnout at the same time usually. I remember when I was in healthcare and I was burning out, I would reach out to those around me and my coworkers, and everybody else was burnt out too. Granted, it was a nationwide pandemic or a worldwide pandemic, but but still, like, everybody was burnt out, and we just drug each other down farther, and that doesn't happen with us.
Right.
This is,
No,
Yeah.
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even with just the 3 of us, somebody's always up of the 3 of us, you know? If
Mhm.
Yeah.
one of us or 2 of us are down, it's never the 3 of us at the same time. Somebody's always like, "Yep, let's get it back together. Come on, kids."
Mhm. Yeah.
So one of the things this year in particular that has become really, really important to me, and I talked about this, I've been doing reseller reflections now. I'm on like 140 some days running that I've done a daily vlog about what it's like to be a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. And one of the things that just this year was so important to me was to really be careful about who I surround myself with
Mhm.
and the attitudes and all the things. But the one thing that came out of one of the many things that came out of it was the people that you should surround yourself are the people that celebrate your wins with you.
Yes.
Yep.
And just that small little nugget, like C Chats is that group where I can
Absolutely.
say, look, I had an awesome month. Like when you have a bad month, there's a lot of people there for you, like kind of like in your misery, like in general. I'm not talking C Chats community. I'm talking in
Yeah.
general.
It's a
When things
human
aren't going
mentality.
well, there's a lot of people that'll be there for you.
Mhm.
But when you talk about your wins, that group gets really small, the people that are genuinely happy for you.
Mhm.
And I feel like our group is exactly that, like celebrating each other's wins. Like I just love that, people feel comfortable to come in and be like, I had a record year. I had a record month. I just really am so proud of myself. And you
There's
get to
no
celebrate with them.
jealousy. There's no
Right.
it's all like, "You go, man. Way to go." Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's just been huge and just so in alignment with everything that I was doing personally. I didn't realize like we have that safe space. We have that fun space of people that are really supportive. And
Yeah,
I love it.
I do too.
I also want to encourage the people that watch or listen to us, or for those of you that do this, for anybody on here. Libby pours out her heart and soul on those reseller reflections. It
I
is
do
like
a little too
5
much. Yeah.
5 to 15 minutes of like, this is how my day was, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow, like. And I get excited when I see comments on there, because a lot of videos don't get comments, or it's the same people, which we love you, thank you for commenting.
Yes, we love you.
Yep.
But there was one recently, and she was like, they said, I've been watching you every week or something. I'm so glad that you're doing this. Thank you for being real. Something like that. It was one of those. And I was like, I love that. You don't even know the people that are listening and
Yeah.
the lives you're touching. And I just love it. I just love it.
I love it. It's so nice to get those comments. Like it's nice to see the views. Like I know there are people out there watching because
Yep.
I have the views, but it's so nice when somebody actually acknowledges that they're listening. It means so much. So much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I am pouring my heart and soul out into those babies.
Right.
And for me, that is not easy. It is like,
Right.
I love it, but it's not easy.
Yeah, you had a hard enough time letting us tell you happy birthday. Geez.
Right?
Yeah, that was rough.
Just because we did it with an awesome video of people. That's fine. That's fine.
So we're talking about our growth up until now. I'm gonna go to the future. Like, what do you guys hope for or think of for the next 100 episodes?
Ooh.
And everybody listening or watching, put in the comments, is there something you've been thinking, gosh, wouldn't it be great if they did this or that? Or I really love that they have this or that. Let us know in the comments what you see and what you feel.
For me personally, it's all about growing your reselling business. I just want to help as many people as I can to grow their specific reselling business and embrace what they love and make sure they're enthusiastic and excited about their business and they have a good plan. So that's my vision for C Chats, is just to continue on that road to do it better and better and better and, help more people. And some of the people we help can help other people.
Yep.
And that brings such immense joy.
I love that. And so who you are, and it is your jam, and you are a rock star when it comes to that. I mean, Samantha and I have things that we put into that we know or say or do, but I feel like that is like your biggest jam is that for you. I feel like that's your biggest strength and focus.
Because it's what I love.
Samantha's is accountability. That is
I was gonna say I just want my face in more places. I mean, really,
yes.
But no, really, I love accountability. So I want to see what I can do in the next, 100 episodes, and in the future of just doing more challenges, more that I'm loving the 10% challenges and stuff like that. So yeah, I just love holding people accountable. I want to see people reach their goals. I love it when they set a goal and then exceed it and they're like, oh my gosh, I can do that. And I'm like, yeah, I want to be your cheerleader because I know that you can do it.
Yes. I love when somebody says to you, I didn't know I could. I didn't know I was capable of that.
Right. Yeah.
I guess Samantha chills.
Yep. We've heard that multiple times, haven't we? I had no idea, right? So for me, for next year, it's all about the party. No.
Yeah.
I'm
more reseller retreats.
I'm all about the socialization, the community, growing the community, getting together when we can in person. All those kind of things that I love. So that's always my focus. That and my new yard sale videos.
Yeah. And I'm surprised this didn't make your list, but you help so many people brand their business and get off on the right, step off on the right foot or rebrand, and you just light up when you do that. I'm surprised you didn't mention that.
Well, I was going to my sillier side right now because everything was so business. I was trying to party like a rock star, y'all. But yes, branding, absolutely. I love it. I absolutely love helping people and putting together brand kits, helping you with your logo, whether it's from, like you said, scratch or redesigning. I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. I love getting to know each person individually and making sure that who they are and what their dream is can be reflected in their brand and what they do. So yeah, I love it.
I also want to add that I just can't wait to reach more resellers and get the word out that we are for all resellers. We don't want to change our names. We are Consignment Chats. We do have a huge focus on consignment as far as our businesses and the way we source and do things. We want people to know
their businesses. Their businesses.
We want people to know that that's a huge sourcing opportunity and we want to educate on that. But at the same time, we are for all resellers. We are for all, the brick and mortars that we have in our groups, and we have people that, just sell holiday items, or people that like to sell tie, and they don't do consignment, but they're consignment ready. But we are for all resellers. If you do storage auctions, let's talk about it. It's great.
Yeah. True story, just happened this weekend. Went to a yard sale event that I didn't even know wasn't in the ads, didn't see it, didn't know it existed.
She sniffed it out with her spidey senses. She was like, I can tell there's a sale somewhere. I just know it.
Nick turned his head as quick as I did, and I was like, oh, don't wreck. But we had finished for the day, all of our yard sales. We went to Trader Joe's, grabbed some groceries. We're heading home, and there's one of those Moose Lodge things on the side of the road, and there's bright signs. Well, I get confused with the bright signs lately because there's so many political signs everywhere that are making a mess of my yard sale and estate sale signs, by the way.
They don't take resellers into account when they put all those out there. I need to know the difference between real estate, politics, and a good rummage sale. Come on.
Come on now, quit cluttering
I
up.
wonder how Pam Arnold's doing with that.
She's-
It threads.
I am imagining her just weaving all over the highways.
Right.
That's what I'm imagining.
We
love
better
you,
check
Pam.
on her safety. We better make sure she's okay.
We should. So we both whip our heads, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And Nick said, I just saw a bunch of tables out in that parking lot. And I'm like, turn around. So we turned around and we went, and they were just wrapping up. It was literally 11:45 and it ended at 12. There was only like one or two other random shoppers there, but we walked up, glanced around some of the tables, and the last table that we get to is this sweet couple, and she has buckets, big buckets on the table of
Totes.
of patterns, cross stitch patterns, all that. And yes, just put a picture of a pail up. She like,
Weren't the buckets hard to sort through, Molly?
That sound, but they're easy
so
to carry. They're easy to carry. So
Oh,
it's
right, because the handle. Yeah.
anyway, this couple was so sweet. I come to find out, I told them, what we were doing. We're resellers, but I wanted to look up a lot of the kits that they had because I knew a lot of the brands were the good ones, right? The go seek after Bolo brands. So I asked her, she had price tags on it, and I asked her if she'd do a deal. Anyway, this will all be in a later episode, but the coolest thing about it was, even though I do the majority of reselling, she ends up telling me that she had a store, a brick and mortar that she closed down and is no longer selling, and has tons of this stuff at her house. And her husband says, well, honey, she's a reseller. You need to have her come over and take a look at it all. So Thursday, I'm going over there. I have an appointment with Chris and Gary, and we're going to hang out and we're going to go through their stuff. And I have a budget. And the good thing about it, though, is depending on her pricing, there's going to be a ton of stuff, so much stuff. I can offer her consignment and not lose out on all of that awesome sealed, new with tags stuff.
Yeah,
It's
new old
what is
stuff.
Busilla? How do you say that one that people love?
I say Busilla. I don't know if that's right.
I have no idea what
the
you guys
Maya, I mean, they are wonderful. I bought, I think, 14 from her, and I've already sold. I mean, we're recording this on Tuesday. I bought them, listed them Sunday, and I've already shipped 4 out. So
nice.
yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice. So is this
And
how
I'm
you tell
sending
us
her with an order for me too. I think Molly's going to do some sourcing on my behalf.
Yes. So I meet with them Thursday. I'm excited. But listen, those are those situations where Samantha was saying we're for all resellers. That's what I mostly do. But because I am consignment ready, if there's so much that, Libby and I can't cash afford it all, I can offer her consignment on part of it and just say, hey, for the rest of these lower end items or whatever, you want to do, I can always consign those for you. And her husband, I know, will be packing it all up and going, here.
I love it. It's a great bargaining tool, and that's what we want to tell all the resellers about it. And then when they say no, I don't want to learn about that right now, maybe later, we say, cool, you can still be a part of us. That's okay. We're not like consignment all the time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So is that how you tell us that you're going to get another storage unit? Like, is this
No.
Okay,
no more
good
storage
job.
units. Nope. I've got a whole new plan for my house and all my stuff, and no, we're good. This is the other beautiful thing about this product, though, is it's easy to store. It's easy to store.
So they're like needlepoint craft kits, Samantha.
Yes.
Oh, I know, but I'm imagining this lady having an entire basement or garage, I guess full of stuff.
She's got yarn. She's got it all. I mean, it was a storefront, right? So
right. So
yeah.
I mean, I can already see your golf club sitting next to you. So
those are getting listed today. I had to wait for the boxes to arrive before I list them. These Nike golf clubs sell quick. So if you don't have the right shipping box for them, you can't list them because they're going to sell. So we got our boxes in, so they're getting listed today.
Or you can Frankenbox like I do. I'll just make that stuff on the fly right there. Just whip it together.
I brought boxes. I needed boxes for other stuff too. All right, y'all. I'm like, happy 200th episode. Where's my
Yay!
coffee? Down. 200 episodes of us, y'all. 200 episodes of us. And I hope that we get some feedback. We would love to hear from you. Just
give us a thumbs up. But I just want to add one more thing because, it's a kind of a thing now that I interrupt the end of the episodes, or at least Samantha or I does. Yeah. I want to thank all of you so much for everything you've done over these past 200 episodes. Without you, we would not be doing this. And we are just so incredibly blessed and grateful to have you in our lives. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. All three of you listening, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Stop that. There's more than 3. There's 7. Cut it out.
And that's okay because we don't use the only word here. Yeah.
No, we do not.
That's right.
That is
thankful for those 7 people.
Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's one person. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. So, all right, y'all. Until next time, until 201.
Woo, cheers. Thank you for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we grow your reselling business. For all things Consignment Chats, visit us at consignmentchats.com and join our free private communities on Facebook and/or Patreon.